Hello, my name is Ryan Palmer, and I'm
Hey,
here with,
I'm Richard Bruno.
and we are here to give you some onboarding tips and tricks for the AMSA advocacy program. First and foremost, thank you so much for being part of this volunteer effort. When Richard and I first got together, we first got together when he was a medical student and I was an administrator at Oregon Health and Science University, and we started getting into trouble back then. So really, this is just a great excuse to help stay getting us into trouble. But more importantly, it really, I think, emphasizes the passion we both have for advocacy in general, and then medical student advocacy specifically. So thank you for your efforts here. We just have a couple quick tips and tricks, pearls to share with you. Richard, did you have anything to say before we jump in?
No, I think we're great. Go ahead.
Okay, wonderful. So these are the things, everyone here has their own unique set of interests and advocacy passions, and that's the beauty of this program, is the student can really find who they want to talk to about what subject they want. But there's a couple maxims, I think, that Richard and I feel pretty strongly about that we've employed in our advocacy efforts over the years with students. We wanted to share those with you and encourage you to adopt these principles as you're working with some of these students that sign up with you. The first bullet really talks about students should never be advised in any way that puts their academic progress in jeopardy. This is a big one. I've always been on the administrative sides of things, and as I've worked with everyone, Richard included over the years, when he was a med student, I've always said you're here first and foremost to go to medical school. And I think it's important to help students understand that. If they choose to do anything that puts their academic progress, their professionalism progress at their institution in danger, that should be their decision. I've always said, first and foremost, put your studies first, and do that, and then work on your advocacy efforts. It doesn't mean you don't care about your advocacy much, but we just don't want students to feel to not understand the gravity of potentially some of the actions they could take towards their academic progress. So that's
right. And I think that one of the important things about students who are learning to become healers is that they won't be able to become the healers that they want to be unless they're finishing up their studies and getting those degrees and using that platform in order to do that extra advocacy and allyship work that they want to do. The next point is really about being a good listener, right? The students will hopefully come to you with already some idea, advocacy project that they want to work on. And so really your job is to kind of listen to them and hear out their vision, much in the ways that we use motivational interviewing to sort of extract from people, their own motivations. Be that good listener and listen to them, help them craft, their vision for what they want to do, and help use your expertise and your experiences to help kind of guide them along that path.
Absolutely. The third bullet really is about helping students understand, I think, the power of positive thinking and positive advocacy. And what I mean by that is, oftentimes in my time working with students, they would come in very angry, and often rightly so, or they would feel very disempowered, and that would be causing the anger. And they'd be talking to me because they felt I was the only person that had the power to help them. And what I'd always have done with students is flip that around and say, and this is the truth, is that they have the ultimate power to make the change. And they are the change agent. And while you could feel justified in being angry, let's say at a dean or somebody because of a policy that they feel is unfair, you, instead of just being mad and attributing negative behaviors to that person, it's much better, even if you feel it's warranted, to frame it in a way that you say, look, regardless of if this person is good or bad, it doesn't matter. What I need to think about is what proactive positive actions can I take towards moving the needle on this. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't do something that's not an act of agitation, like putting a survey out there or a poll or something, right? Or a petition. That's fine. But it could also be something as simple as finding to help them get a place at the curriculum committee on the agenda so they can talk about the policy. I've been very surprised at my years of working with students on this, how little they actually know about those simple little things they can do and what the massive changes that can happen as a result. So I guess the point of this is just help them reframe this in a way that they feel empowered, and then help them find those solutions that they can apply that passion towards, rather than something that might be just name calling, or something that would be very easy to dismiss the student by the administration if they did it that way. Anything to add to that, Richard?
Yeah, I think that's great. And it really flows into the next point well, because, students are going to be nervous, and they want to find a trusted space and a safe space to be able to talk about these ideas. And so please give them that freedom to be open with you about their ideas, and really keep it confidential unless they say otherwise, or if you feel like they're a danger to themselves or others. But really, you want to be able to help with your own experiences, provide them with ideas that maybe they haven't thought of yet, help them flesh out their project idea, and make sure that you're being there for them. And we really appreciate all the work that you're willing to do to help these students who are really trying to make a difference in our healthcare system. We just can't thank you enough for being a part of this project.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Richard, for putting it that way. And we'll end with this. You can pause this. These are our personal Gmail addresses, so they'll always be applicable. If you have any questions on this, please do email either one of us. But I just want to reemphasize what Richard said, and thank you for being part of this. One thing we both agree on, I think many of you probably do too, is that you learn a lot of things in medical school and really higher education in general, but you often don't learn the power of advocacy. And that's why we wanted to put this together, was to get people who believe in that, mentors together with students. So hopefully whatever act they take in this process, it could be as small as signing a petition to as big as creating a petition or a whole new policy or procedure, that's enough to maybe plant the seed of what they could do in their patient care down the line, and advocating for patients. So thank you for your work on this. Please contact us if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you and have fun.